This week on Inside Boulder News. Get involved. Find out how you can become part of the city's board and commissions. It's been nearly 60 years since Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech, and Boulder is set to commemorate the civil rights leader's birthday. And this Boulder home is getting a piece of history restored. Welcome to Inside Boulder News, your source for all things Boulder. I'm Jocelyn Avendaño. Want to make a difference in your community? The City of Boulder is looking to fill 32 openings on 20 boards and commissions that focus on housing, open space, the environment, and more. Those looking to apply this year may come across a brand new board, the Marijuana Advisory Licensing Board. Boards and commissions allow residents to engage in issues that affect public policy while providing guidance to City Council. They also attend City Council meetings and keep up to date on all city issues and projects. New this year is the Marijuana Advisory Licensing Board.
The purpose of the board will be, it will start out with the functionality of providing advisory perspective by the board on marijuana changes, city law changes, or process changes having to do with marijuana licensing.
Following a 6-month to a 2-year period from the board's first meeting in 2020, the board's responsibilities will also include making determinations on marijuana license applications on behalf of the City of Boulder.
Working groups are sort of a static entity. They are assigned, they do a job, they finish their deliverables, and then they're sort of decommissioned or disbanded. And I think that City Council thought that it was, this particular business type and this particular area of law and rule was important enough to make it a permanent presence and really have that in-depth knowledge that boards can gather over the course of time.
All 7 seats on this newly created board formed by council are open. Applications for this and other boards opened earlier this month.
The membership will be 2 marijuana industry folks, 2 folks that have a background in education or health and human services, and the remaining 3 board members will be at large.
To apply and see the vacant positions, please visit bouldercolorado.gov/board commissions. All applications are to be submitted electronically by 5 p.m. on February 14th. Once the recruitment has ended, interviews will be held in the month of March. It's been nearly 60 years since Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech, and Boulder is set to commemorate the civil rights leader's birthday with events all over the city starting January 18th.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
In observance of Martin Luther King Day, the life and teachings of Dr. King will be celebrated throughout the city. The community events are meant to inspire us all to take positive action in support of social justice and equality. The events will kick off on Saturday, January 18th, and will continue on the 20th. The events are organized by community partners and the city, and are sponsored by the city's Human Relations Commission and the Boulder Arts Commission. Events will include a rally and march on January 20th at the St. John's Church that will conclude at the Dairy Arts Center.
By celebrating him, I think we acknowledge the work that he and others have done. As they kind of say, we stand on the shoulders of giants, and then what work remains to be done moving forward. This is a very dynamic, it's not just historic, the event, the issues that he raised are still happening now, and I think that's why it's so critical that we celebrate this holiday and commemorate this man's work.
All events are free and open to the public. For a full list of events, please visit boulderhumanrights.com. Stained glass windows, often found in churches and other historic buildings, have over a 1,000-year history and is an art form all on its own. Some of these pieces have withstood the test of time, like the one found in this 121-year-old home in Boulder, the Harbeck-Bergheim house. Due to its old age, this over 5-foot window is being restored on site by a couple who have dedicated their career to preserving history. The Harbeck-Bergheim mansion is a beloved staple to Boulder's long history. The home's 7-foot stained glass window that enchants anyone who steps foot into the home is currently being restored by the Watkins Stained Glass Studio, a company with a history of its own.
Watkins Stained Glass Studio is a family-owned business that's been in Denver since 1868, and the family has been doing stained glass in England since the 1760s. Every generation has been doing stained glass, with each generation teaching the next.
4 generations of Watkins men have dedicated their careers to the art of stained glass. Married since 1973, Phil Watkins Jr. and his wife Jane have worked on thousands of projects together.
We do it differently. Where we do it the way it was done in England 250 years ago, we do it as the medieval art was done. Most people don't do that. They don't have the opportunities to have learned from previous generations.
Restoration efforts for the stained glass window at the Harbeck home began in December. Here, the Watkins couple have spent countless of hours bringing this colorful window back to life.
The window, when we finish, will look exactly as the original did.
Due to its old age and condition, the stained glass window had to be removed and restored on site.
When a window begins to bow significantly, we have to remove the old cement before we can straighten it. Otherwise, if you tried to straighten it as is, the glass would all break.
To be able to straighten the window, the Watkins couple had to resort to a very meticulous process with a unique set of tools.
We have very nice dentists who, Phil asked one day when he was having his teeth cleaned, "Wait, might you have any spare tools that you're not in need of anymore?" And they said, "Sure. We always have some, broken tools." However, using dental tools in the way we do it's extremely slow, but the outcome is wonderful, and you're restoring a piece of history.
More information about Watkins Stained Glass Studio and the Harbeck-Bergheim house can be found on the website seen on screen. This week, the Boulder Police Department held its 2020 awards ceremony and reception. Over 20 officers, detectives, and sergeants were recognized for the service they provide to the Boulder community. Life-saving excellence and Chief's Commendation were among the award categories. 3 community members also received Outstanding Community Member Awards. We'd like to take a moment to congratulate all of this year's awards recipients. Thank you so much for joining us on this week's edition of Inside Boulder News. If you have pictures, news tips, or events you'd like to see featured, we'd love to hear from you. Connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. You can also sign up to receive video updates right in your inbox. Just go to boulderchannel8.com and click on subscribe. And be sure to check out the city's online newsroom for the latest city news. Have a good week.